Yo, what's going on, guys? Lordky here, and today I'm going to be responding to comments. Weekly Sunday, you already know the drill. So, first comment, I don't understand why they don't fuse the Vietnamese servers and English into one. Just have different translation options. That way everyone wins. See, that is a very reasonable request, and that's why that will never happen. No, I'm joking. I guess it is worth it to mention that everything was combined sometime long, long ago. The English server was essentially straight up just a Vietnamese server. And that's how we had so many players, because they essentially were in the same combination. Something happened when T-Mobile took over that warranted the split between our English server to be apart from the other Vietnamese servers. Whether it be this being the most optimal way, whether it be, this, I don't know, beats me, but there was a time where English servers were essentially treated like a Vietnamese server. It's just, I couldn't tell you why. I cannot comprehend what kind of design flaws the developers of this game made to make it look so hard to include the world server in the equation. I do want to say I was talking with the admin about this, and I think it's good that I brought it up so early. Essentially, he actually has no idea on this, but shocker. I don't know if they don't like clue him in or anything like that, but yeah, he just didn't have any idea about this new event. So we're gonna be hopeful. But from what we've seen from screenshots from people messaging the Vietnamese Facebook page, this looks to be like a Vietnamese server exclusive, which is, again, couldn't tell you my feelings on that. I would understand if the Vietnamese servers also had a strict split, but that is not the case. How much do you have to mess up things for one server to be different from the other? Simply change the language of the server and at best deploy worldwide. I agree with this wholeheartedly. The thing is, like, their whole reasoning behind why we have English versus Vietnamese servers is there's more lag when English players will use Vietnamese servers. And this is, I don't know, this is not the case. From literally just playing on the different servers, I can easily tell you that like things just work on the Vietnamese servers. Like, honestly, just pop into the Vietnamese server and just tell me it's not actually like a more flawless experience. It's hard to explain why. It's just the feeling of things just being more responsive. Like, I'll have a lot more drops in terms of like lag on the English server than the Vietnamese server, ironically. The server's been flawed for a past decade. At this point, I'm just happy to log in. Yeah, I feel that. I rarely participate in the events anyway because they don't even bother to explain them via the actual game. Very true, yeah. That was one of the biggest issues, and that's probably what led me to get so much following when I first started this YouTube channel back in like 2016, where like nobody would understand how an event would work. So I'd always just I'd farm the shit out of doing YouTube for this game just so I can be the first one to get to the event, and it works. But it's hard, not working now. But yeah, that's actually a huge concern because there is an event portion in the notifications tab, in the functions tab, and they just don't bother with translating it to English. Had a pretty easy time getting my main to 10 billion since I started playing again, but my disciple stuck. My disciple sucks. I still under 1 billion. Very slow gains past 500 million. I'm starting to think that the disciple charm may be broken. Alright, let me tell you like this. It is always, always, always more worth it to train your disciple over training your account. Training the main will let you get power via one way, but training your disciple lets you get power to both your main and the disciple itself. The reason why it's easier getting your main to 10 billion is because with fusion, you're essentially like two people. So you get more power because you're able to fight stronger monsters that give you stronger experience, that give you more experience. Your disciple doesn't have that luxury of getting the same potential that you would get if you were fused. So that's why the disciple is slower, but it is more worth it to train the disciple. Actually, what race is your disciple? Maybe I can hook you up with some SP gear. They only care about Viet servers because it's a Viet game. Once they realize they had an American player base, they give us our own server. However, we can clearly see they don't put as much effort into growing it because there's just not enough players. Viet have 11 servers and we just have one, so all the time and money goes into the Viet side and not ours. Yeah, and that's the sad part. And there's also a huge disconnect because from what the admins, from what we want and what the admins think we want. I'm fine with not having a cross-server experience because we don't have any servers to cross into. That to me is very, very understandable and totally reasonable. One of the highest requests year by year is something called the Beers Tournament, where it's like Tournament 6 versus, Universe 6 versus Universe 7. And, in the anime, they all fight and clash, they have a good time, they all, have fun ice cream at the end or some shit. That is honestly what the biggest request is it is not the cross-server fighting. And even then, I'm pretty sure it could be an even more limited experience where we can just fight each other locally, just because we still don't even have that functionality. Yeah. I've always had this idea of just jumping ship. I do have a Vietnamese account on server 11 that I barely use. I just go in there to upgrade beans and then that's it. But one of the things that I've wanted to do for years now is essentially like get into Beer's tournament. That way I can make videos on it and then like document my progress there. Yeah. They've just been BS. It has nothing to do with how big the server is at all. They're just using it as an excuse. Ran a couple servers already, and nothing in the game depends on the player base besides the clan mission. Dude. And the thing is, like, it's hard to say that it's hard for me to say that without exposing myself. For some reason, Team Mobi thinks that I had a major part in the private server when I did absolutely zero code. The only thing that I did was just give my thoughts on it and play it. And they think, for some reason, the DBO team thinks that I'm like one of the major proponents of it. And I mean, kudos to them for cracking the case, but it wasn't me that did anything regarding the private server besides just play on it. So they kind of regard me as public enemy number one at this point because of that, but I mean, there's really nothing I can do. So, continue. Admin does not do this event because the world server, because the number of players is too small and the number of hacking accounts is a lot. Sometimes as much as the servers in Vietnam, and one match in this event is about 80 people. Will gradually increase to 10 because if there are a few participants, and if people use hacking to create multiple accounts and then benefit themselves, it will cause imbalance in the game. Yeah. That is, first off, how is that a fault of the world server that people are using hacks? That should just be a fault in general of the game. That's not even because like if you can hack on the English server, I'm pretty sure you can hack on the Viet servers as well. There shouldn't be that big of a difference. Right there. Oh, right here. Whose fault is that there's so many bots and hacked accounts roaming free? No excuse for the admins on this one. Yep, greedy for cash. Let's see. Yesterday I played this new update and it needs at least 10 people. Or do I need to wait a little longer? Just wait a bit longer. I will make a video on it. I've seen it done with 2 people, so I'll make sure. Oh, so he probably has it. He probably does it with his server 11 account, which is dope as hell. You guys better play on a Vietnam private server. Oh, yeah. I think they probably look at this. But, I mean, I don't have any ties to it besides just playing it. Is there a way to... Oh, no. God, stopped working again. Let's see. Out of all our race planets, Namek looks the best, then Earth, followed by Vegeta. Yo, what's up, Nooch 5190. Thank you. I think I do need to go more back into server 11 just to see if it's there. When will pets be slotted in their respected slot? Yeah, because that was supposed to... They announced that shit like a year ago and nothing's changed. Let's see, I haven't tested it yet. Let's see, I haven't got this. Oh. Yeah, I hate to break it to this guy, but it's just the low level monsters that have the highest drop rates, and it's not the best. Let's see. Earth are usually the base 3 stuns plus Spirit Bomb is hard to beat. That is very true. I think Earth Beans should cost less to upgrade. I actually really like that idea. Where each race has something to do with beans. Like, maybe Saiyans have a faster grow rate. And then maybe Earths, it's easier to upgrade beans. And then Nameks, they get 20 beans because they're more support. That actually is a really good idea. Let's see. Well, I realized that 3 billion Earthlings were able to crush my 49 billion power Saiyan with 42. Bro, I was like, screw this, I'll make a damn Earthling account. Now I'll only play Earth. No, that's so true though. You have to be super experienced in PvP in order to play against Earths. Like, if you are playing a Saiyan, it's easier to fight an Earths, but if you're a Namekian, GG, bro. Like, any single Earthling that has max stuns, like, you're in for a treat. Let's see. Disciple beans not when needed automatically. which, by the way, I think it's less than 2 days. But yeah, that covers that. Lord of like, Lord subscribe, Lord of peace. See ya.